Okay, I'm going to throw everything in the kitchen sink at you today. Just and one more time, looking at all of it until it becomes second nature. Okay, y equals my laundry and the baby's laundry. This is called y equals mx plus b. Just remember, we need the x in the first one. That's the slope. This one goes, nice job, Alina. This one goes up 56, but he makes 56 in 7 days. So if you're making $56 in 7 days, your score is 8. You're making $8 a day. Okay, but if you're making $8 a day, then after day 7, we multiply that by 8. You should have $56. Why do you only have 50? Because you started $6 in debt, or we just take away 6 to make sure that this equation is right. So these are all, you take your x, you multiply it by 8, you subtract 6. This one, same thing. Y equals my laundry and the baby's laundry. Okay, let's see. Doesn't matter which one I pick, even though it looks like, how does this work out? This goes up 2 and this goes up 5. Well, this one goes down 6 and this one goes down 15. So we can either do -6 divided by 2, which is -3, or -15 divided by 5, which is -3. So even though it doesn't look like they're equally spaced, if they're in a straight line, then all the slopes will be the same no matter what you take. Anyway, -3 is my slope. -3 is my slope, and I know this starts off at +2. Okay, yes, there are 2 number 7s. I know that again. I'm just really bad at numbering. Okay, the slope, just the number for the 3, is undefined. Okay, and if I want to do his equation, I know that he's the one that starts with x. He's stuck in time back at day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, day -7. 7 days in the past. Okay, 4. His slope, it looks like he's going down 1 every day, so his slope is -1. When I write his equation, y equals -1x, we don't write the 1, and he starts up there at +10, so +10. Number 5, he's a do-nothing. Okay, he's a do-nothing. So this is going to be a normal equation, y equals 0 x's, because he's not doing anything, and he starts down there at -1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he starts off at -5. That's just baby's laundry. That's his equation. He doesn't have any of my laundry. No x's. Number 6, his slope is going to be negative. He's going down. How much is he going down? Let's see. He's losing, oh, there should be a dot there. He's losing $3 every day. So his score is -3. So I can already put y equals -3x. And then where does this guy start? Oh, he starts at 0. So he doesn't get any baby's laundry. His would be +0, but we don't write that. So it's just y equals -3x. And 7, let's see. This is a positive slope. He's going up 2 every 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. So his slope is 2/5. So y equals 2/5 x. And he starts at 1, 2, 3, 4. So +4. Okay. How many solutions? Your guys' favorite ones. These ones are real. This is on this side. We really have 1/2 of 8x is 4x's. 1/2 of -14 is -7. So we have 4x minus 7 equals 4x minus 7. So we have 4x's on this side. We have 4x's on that side of the equation. They're going to cancel out. We have -7 equals -7. Yes, forever. I'm in the cat's bedroom and she really wants to get in. Hold on one second. What's up, Claire? You want to come in or what? Okay. -2 times -4 is +8. -2 times -3x is +6x. So we have +6x's on this one. We have -6x's on this one. Those are not the same. They don't cancel each other out. This is just one answer. This doesn't get weird. This one, we have 3x's on that side. We have 3x's on this side. They're going to cancel out. This problem is going to be weird. -5 plus 2 is -3. This side is +2. -3 does not equal +2. This is no solutions. Now, this one's weird on the back. 3x plus 5 equals 7. We have 3x's on this side. We have no x's on this side. That's not going to get weird. That's just a normal problem. In fact, I could solve that really quick. Minus 5, 3x equals 2x equals 2/3. So yeah, there's just one answer. There's not 3x's on the other side. Solve graphically. Let's see, this guy starts off at -4, -1, 2, 3, 4. And he goes down 1 every 2 days. Goes down 1 every 2 days. 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 Use that pattern. Okay, there's that line. This one starts off at +5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And he goes up 1 every day. Up 1 every day. Up 1 every day. Okay, let's see. They're going to hit right there. I didn't draw that line very well, but they're going to hit right there. That spot right there, which is -1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. -6 days. They're both going to have -$1. Okay, so x is -6, y is -1. Over here, okay. This one, I know they confuse you guys. This is the first time where you guys use information to set up your own equations. So, we know some information. This is a blue angle. The one across from it is a blue angle. This one adds up to 180 with the blue ones. So does this one. So we really have just two angles. On the bottom four, it's just a copy of the top four. So I know all the reds equal all the reds. All the blues are equal to all the blue angles. And any red angle plus any blue angle is 180. That's just something I know from because there makes a bunch of straight lines, and these are parallel lines. Actually, you don't know that until parallel lines. Okay, well, I see this over here. This blue angle has y's in it. This red angle has y's in it. All right, so if it's the same letter, it can help me solve this. Okay, so the 7y's plus 10, 7y's plus 10 is blue. And I know the y plus 10 is red. So if I add those together, those should be 180. So we're setting up the equation. We know they add up to 180, so that now we have to set up our own equation. So we have 7y's and 1y's. Those are 8y's. 10 plus 10 plus 20 equals 180. Let's minus the 20, minus the 20. And 8y's equal 160. Divide by 8, divide by 8. And y's are 20s. So y's are 20s. Okay, if y's are 20s, then over here I can plug in 20 for y, and the red angles are 20 plus 10. The red angles are 30. So every red angle is 30. And if I plugged in y was 20 over here, oh yeah, y was 20. 7 times 20 is what is that? 140 plus 10 is 150, and that makes sense because the reds and the blues have to add up to 180. So all the blues are 150. So we have plenty enough information now to solve for x. 4x minus 2, I guess I should, 4x minus 2 needs to be 30, and 2a minus 40 needs to be 30. So let's set up those equations. 4x minus 2 equals 30. Let's add 2, add 2. 4x's equal 32. Divide by 4. X's are 8s. Over here, 2a's minus 40 equal 30. Let's add 40, add 40. 2a's equal 70, divide by 2. A's equal 35. Okay, so these ones are cool because it's the first time we can use some information that we know just to set up equations. So this is the first time you guys make the equations. So that's what's tough about this. Over here, we know there's 180 degrees in a triangle. So I know this angle plus this angle plus this angle must equal 180. So set up that equation. 5x's plus 3x's plus 100 equals 180. 8x's plus 100 is 180. We're going to minus the 100. 8x's equal 80. We're going to divide by 8, and x equals 10. So that means this angle was 50, and this angle was 30. 50, 30, and 100, yeah, that works. So if there's 100 degrees right there, another thing we can do is we know if there's 100 degrees right there, this must have 80 degrees because it makes a straight line with the 100. Everything has pretty much 180 degrees in it. So 80 degrees has to be 7y's plus 34. So let's minus 34. Let's minus 34. And 7y's are 46. What did I do there? Why would I say 7y's plus 34? I probably meant to be 8y's, but okay, divide by 7. 46 sevenths. Did I mean to do that? Oh well, that's what it is. Okay, rational or irrational? Pi makes this irrational. 0.61412 forever, dot, 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 irrational. 26 is not a pink number, irrational. 64 and 25 are both rational numbers, are both rational, or pink numbers, so we can take a square root of them. These are rational. All right, simplify. Let's see, what square roots? That's when we, not estimate, simplify. So we need a pink number. This, I'm going to use square root of 9 times the square root of 2. The square root of 9 is just 3. So this is going to be 3 times the square root of 2. This one, anyone that's got hundreds in it, you're probably going to use the square root of 100. It needs to be a pink number first. Times the square root of 6 equals 10 times the square root of 6. Always put the real number first, like the whole number first, and then the square root. Gosh, I gave you guys a lot of work today. Okay. This one, x to the 7th divided by x to the n is x to the 3rd. Since we know 1 less than division is subtraction, this must have been a 4. That's how 7 minus 4 was 3, so n was 4. We know 1 less than powers is multiplication, so 3 times n is 12. The n must have been 4. 1 less than multiplication is addition, so this must have been a 6 to get to 12. That's all. All right, let's see these ones. I can do, let's see, I'll do inside the parentheses first. X to the 4th times x squared. 1 less than multiplication is addition. This is x to the 6th. On the bottom, we have multiplication. 1 less than multiplication is addition. -3 plus -2, you're combining them, is actually x to the -5th. And we're just squaring the top one. Okay, if we just square the top one, that's going to be multiplication. So this is x to the 12th over x to the -5th. So 1 less than division is subtraction, so we're going to do x to the 12 minus -5, which is actually adding 5, so x to the 17th. All right, write these in scientific notation. 5 times 3 is 15. Times, there is a shortcut for multiplication. It's 1 less than multiplication is addition. So this is 10 to the 6th, but this is not scientific notation. The first number has to be between 1 and 10. So we're going to put the decimal there. So we're going to move the decimal back 1 and make it 10 times smaller. But to make up for that, we're going to throw another 10 over here. Multiply by 10 again, make it 10 times bigger. So that's technically the scientific notation for that. All right, over here, same thing, but with 2 times 12 is 24, times 10 to the -4th and 10 to the -5th. We're going to add those up. That's 10 to the -9th. We need to make this one smaller, so 2.4. So we need to make this one bigger, and you just got to remember that 10 to the -8th is actually bigger. -8 is bigger than -9. Okay, let's see. Write the answer in scientific notation. Well, we're trying to add, so there is no shortcut for this. So we can't do this. We have to turn these into normal numbers. 5.4, but we move the decimal over 1, 2, 3. This is 5,400. 2.7 is times 10 to the second power, so let's start with 2.7. We'll move the decimal over 1, 2, so this is 270. Now we can add them together. 0 and 0 is 0. 0 and 7 is 7. 4 and 2 is 6. This is 5,670, but it says write in scientific notation, so this is 5.67 times 10 to the third. So we would like put a decimal right there, make it between 1 and 10, but we'd still have to move the decimal over 3 times. That's where that 3 comes from. All right, how much bigger is 9.3 times 10 to the fourth and 3.1 times 10 to this? Okay, how much bigger? All right, when something is how much bigger, so I'm going to say the much over here. And then I'll say it in different. How much, how many times? Okay, how much bigger am I than Delaney? Well, I'm 200 pounds, she's probably 120. So I'm 80 pounds more than her. So we subtract this. 9.3 times 10 to the fourth minus 3.1 times 10 to the second. There is no shortcut for subtraction. I can't combine these in subtraction, so I got to turn them into normal numbers. Let's see, 9.3, but I'm going to move over 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 93,000 minus 3.1. 3.1, where it moves over 1, 2 times. So this is just 310. Let's subtract these. 0, 8. Oops, what am I doing? 2, 9, 1. 9,629, 92,690. So now we put it back into scientific notation. 9.269 times 10 to the 1, 2, 3, 4 times 10 to the fourth. That's how much bigger it is. How many times? If I'm 200 pounds and she's 100 pounds, we divide 200 pounds by 100 pounds and I'm twice as big as her. So this is how many times bigger is division. 9.3 times 10 to the fourth divided by, that's how many times bigger, 3.1 times 10 to the second. And it's cool, there is a shortcut for division, it's just subtraction. So this is going to be times 10 to the second for minus 2. Normal numbers, normal division, 9.3 divided by 3.1 is just 3 times 10 to the second, or 300 times bigger. Okay, over here, let's see. I need to know that volume, I start with a pirate square and I give it some height. So the radius here is just 3. Be careful there. Volume equals pi times 3 squared times 4. Volume equals pi times 9 times 4. Volume equals 36 pi units, but they're 3D units. It's a 3D shape. This is a pirate square that we give some height to it, and then we crush the bottom. So let's see. This is pi. The radius is 4. We're going to square the 4. Then we're going to multiply by 6. Then we're going to divide by 3. Okay, so that's the volume. Let's see. 4 times 4 is 16. 16. If you're going to multiply by 6 and then divide by 3, you're just multiplying by 2. This is just something I'm going to do in my head, but this is 16 times 2 is 32 pi units cubed. You could do all the math, like you could do 4 times 4 times 6. 16 times 6, maybe you did it this way, 16 times 6, and then divide by 3. 16 times 6 is, let's see, 6, carry the 3, 96 divided by 3, which is, 32 pi units. Okay, 20. We start with a pirate square. We make it 3D, so to the third power, and there's that stupid fraction. So here we go. Over here, the radius is not 8, it's 4. So we're going to go 4 thirds times pi times 4 cubed. 4 times 4 times 4. 4 times 4 cubed is 4 times 4 times 4. 4 times 4 is 16 times 4 is 64. So this is 4/3 pi times 64. And 4 times 64 is 4 times 4 is 16, carry the 1, 256 thirds pi. There we go, units cubed. And if we had to put in an 8th grade answer, we just multiply by pi. All right, this one, kind of cool. I like this one. All right, this is kind of like we have to find this side, and then we're going to use these two sides to find that side. Okay. Turn them into pink numbers. 25, a squared plus b squared equals c squared. 5 squared is 25. 3 squared is 9. Add them together. That's 34. So this, we take the square root of it, and over here, I'm going to leave this. The answer for this side is the square root of 34. Okay, I'm going to leave it as the square root of 34 because when I take the pink number of the square root of 34, like 4's pink number is 16, the square root of 34's pink number is just 34. When you square it, you're just turning it back into a normal 34. So it's 34 and 16 is 50, is the square root of, is that number over there. We're going to take the square root of that. And I said simple, so the answer is the square root of 50. That is the answer. This is kind of like extra credit. And it says simplify your answer like number 12. Number 12 is up there. So to simplify your answer like number 12, the square root of 50 is actually just the square root of 25 times the square root of 2. This is 5 times the square root of 2. If you got that, I am wildly impressed. That was kind of like extra credit. Okay, so for the regular kids working on this, good job. For the honors kids, good luck. We'll take a test this week. That's everything. That's the hardest version of everything we've done. So if you can get half of that, you're killing it. If you're 100%, you could close your eyes and get a 4 on the test at the end of the year. So awesome job. Hopefully that made some sense, or at least everything is like doesn't seem completely chaos at this point. Good luck, and I will see you tomorrow. Honors test will look like this tomorrow, just so we can see how much you actually know. All right, later.